While as President Donald Trump defended his immigration policy on Twitter. "We're going to do whatever is necessary to build the border wall to stop this ongoing crisis of illegal immigration," Miller said on CBS'"Face the Nation." Asked if that meant a shutdown when the government runs out of funding on Friday, he replied, "If it comes to it, absolutely." As Miller talked tough on TV, Trump took to Twitter to defend his actions on immigration policy and to advocate for tougher measures. The Democrats' policy of child separation on the border during the Obama administration was far worse than the way we handle it now. Remember the 2014 picture of children in cages the Obama years? However, if you don't separate, far more people will come. "Smugglers use the kids," he wrote. Trump was heavily criticized for his policy of separating migrant kids from their parents. During that time, photos went viral of kids behind bars, but they were later revealed to be from 2014, when President Barack Obama was in office. The Obama administration did not enforce the separation policy the way the Trump administration has done. Trump walked back his policy after First Lady Melania Trump, his daughter Ivanka Trump, and members of his own party said they disagreed with it. Sunday's tweet seemed to suggest he was considering reinforcement. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer said Trump doesn't have the votes for the wall. "President Trump should understand. There are not the votes for the wall. In the House or the Senate, he is not going to get the wall in any form," he said on NBC's Meet the Press. Share this article. Share 640 shares. However, if you don't separate, far more people will come. "Smugglers use the kids," he wrote. Miller said a border wall was necessary for U.S. security. "This is a very fundamental issue. At stake is the question of whether or not the United States remains a sovereign country. Whether or not we can establish and enforce rules for entrance into our country. The Democrat Party has a simple choice. They can either choose to fight for America's working class or to promote illegal immigration. You can't do both," he said. The White House and Capitol Hill are in a lockdown over funding for the wall, which is estimated to cost $5 billion. Democrats are willing to cough up $1.3 billion and want additional protections for immigrants like the Dreamers, illegals who were brought to the country by their parents as children. Friday is the deadline to fund the government. Without a new spending bill, about 25% of the $1.2 trillion federal budget, including funds for the Department of Homeland Security, will expire after December 21. Trump was said on Friday to be shopping a 2-week delay in hostilities after declaring on Tuesday that he would absolutely preside over a shutdown until Congress approved moves $5 billion for his border wall. That would push the fight that could furlough federal workers over the Christmas holiday into early next year. Trump will have lost much of his leverage by then, as Democrats take the majority in the House, but as he made clear in a Thursday tweet, he now sees the value of avoiding an expensive and potentially toxic government closure. "Let's not do a shutdown, Democrats, do what's right for the American people," Trump had tweeted. But this could be the president's last chance to fully fund his wall. Democrats take control of the House of Representatives on Jan. 3 and they are not likely to give Trump the money he needs to make his wall a reality. Trump, in an extraordinary Oval Office shouting match with Democratic leaders Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi last week, said he would shut down the government if he didn't get his funding and take responsibility for it. I will shut down the government. Absolutely, he said. For 20 minutes, Pelosi and Schumer sparred with Trump on camera, emphasizing their long-stated position that he cannot have his border wall funding. Furious, the president said that he would shut down the government if they don't give it to him. You want to put that on me? I'll take it, he rebutted as Schumer told him that the last government closure was his fault too. You know what I'll say, yes, if we don't get what we want, one way or the other, whether it's through you, through a military, through anything you want to call, I will shut down the government. Absolutely. Schumer was willing to let the argument rest there, but Trump dug in, saying repeatedly that he'd shut the government down and happily take the blame. I am proud to shut down the government for border security, Chuck, because the people of this country don't want criminals and people that have lots of problems and drugs pouring into our country. So I will take the mantle, he said. I will be the one to shut it down. I'm not going to blame you for it. The last time you shut it down, it didn't work. I will take the mantle of shutting down.